Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some people make incredible amounts of money, build empires, achieve massive success? But then a generation later, maybe two, it's all gone, the wealth disappears, the legacy fades, the family name becomes just a memory, but then you look at families like the Rockefellers. And they've been wealthy for over a century, not just wealthy, but generationally wealthy. So what's the difference? What do they know that most people miss? Because here's the thing. Making money is actually not that complicated. People do it every single day. But keeping it, protecting it, multiplying it, and passing it down through generations, that's a completely different game. And today I want to show you exactly how that game is played, not with complicated financial jargon, not with theories you can't use, but with real principles you can actually apply. So let's dive in. The foundation, it starts with how you think. Most people wake up thinking about money like this. How do I pay my bills this month? How do I make enough to get by? What do I need to survive right now? And look, there's nothing wrong with that if you're just starting out. We've all been there. But here's what the Rockefellers understood from the beginning. They weren't thinking in months. They were thinking in decades, in generations. Every financial decision they made was filtered through one question. How does this affect my family 50 years from now? Not next week, not next year. 50 years, that's a fundamentally different way of thinking. Let me give you an example. Most people see money and think, what can I buy with this? The wealthy see money and think, what can this build for me? See the difference? One is consumption, the other is construction. One ends with you, the other continues beyond you. So before we talk about strategies or systems, you have to shift how you think about money itself, because your mindset determines everything that comes after. The structure, where your money goes, matters. Now here's where most people get it wrong. They earn money and then they figure out what to do with it. But by that time, it's already too late. Because money without a plan disappears, it just does. You've probably experienced this yourself. You get paid and somehow by the end of the month, it's gone. And you're sitting there thinking, where did it all go? That's what happens without structure. The Rockefeller approach is completely different. They decide where the money goes before they even earn it. Every single dollar has a job, a purpose, a destination. Now I'm not saying there's one perfect formula, because different experts break this down in different ways. But the core principle is always the same. Your money should be divided into clear categories. Some of it protects you, some of it grows for you, some of it provides for your needs, and some of it builds your legacy. Let me make this practical. Imagine you just got paid. Before you touch that money, you already know exactly what percentage goes where. Maybe a portion goes into protection, insurance, emergency funds, things that keep you safe. Another portion goes into growth, investments, assets, things that multiply over time. Another portion covers your lifestyle, your needs, your expenses, your daily life. And another portion goes toward legacy, generational wealth, education funds, things that outlive you. No confusion, no guessing, no emotional spending, just structure. And when you have structure, you have control. And control is what separates temporary wealth from lasting wealth. The priority most people get backwards. Here's something that might surprise you. When most people think about wealth, they think about growth first. How do I make more? How do I grow faster? How do I maximize returns? But the Rockefellers thought about something else first. Protection, not growth, protection, because here's the reality. It doesn't matter how much you make. If you can't protect it, you'll lose it. Think about it like this. You could build the most beautiful house in the world. But if you don't protect it from storms, from fires, from disasters, one bad event wipes it all out. Wealth works the same way. So they ask different questions. What happens if the market crashes? What happens if I get sick? What happens if something unexpected comes up? What's my plan if things go wrong? Most people don't think like that. We're optimistic. We assume everything will work out. We think, that won't happen to me. But wealthy families think differently. They prepare for the worst while working toward the best. They build safety nets. They create backup plans. They diversify so that no single failure destroys everything. And that's not being negative. That's being smart, because protection comes before growth. Always the power of patience. Let me tell you something that goes against everything you see online. You don't need big wins to build serious wealth. I know that's not exciting. I know social media tells you the opposite. Everyone's talking about six figures in 6 months, overnight success stories, quick flips and fast money, but real generational wealth, it's built slowly, brick by brick, decision by decision, day by day. Let me ask you something. Would you rather have $10,000 right now that disappears in a year? Or would you rather build something that grows into millions over your lifetime and continues for your children? That's the choice. And the Rockefellers chose patience. They understood something powerful. Small, consistent actions over long periods of time create massive results. It's not sexy, it's not flashy, but it works. Think about a tree. You plant a seed today, you don't see much tomorrow, or next week, or even next month, but you keep watering it, you keep nurturing it, and years later you have a tree that provides shade, fruit, value. Wealth works exactly the same way. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Discipline removes the guesswork. Now let's talk about something uncomfortable. Most people don't actually have a money problem. They have a discipline problem. You know what to do. You've heard the advice. Save more, invest wisely, live below your means. You know this. But knowing and doing are two very different things, and that's where most people fail, not because they don't have information, but because they let emotions control their decisions. You feel like spending, so you spend. You feel uncertain, so you don't invest. You feel like you deserve something, so you buy it. Feelings drive the decisions, and that's dangerous because feelings change, but systems don't. The Rockefeller mindset removes emotion from the equation. They don't manage money based on how they feel. They follow a system, a routine, a structure that doesn't change based on mood. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't wake up and think, do I feel like brushing my teeth today? You just do it. It's automatic. It's a habit. Money should work the same way. You don't decide each month whether to save or invest. You just do it because it's part of your system, and when you remove emotion, you remove mistakes, thinking beyond yourself. Now this is where it gets deep. Most people think about money in terms of themselves. What can I do with this? How can I enjoy this? What does this give me? And again, nothing wrong with enjoying your money. You should. But the Rockefeller mindset adds another layer. How does this money continue after I'm gone? That's legacy thinking. They're not just building wealth for themselves. They're building it for people they'll never meet. Their great-grandchildren, future generations, people who will carry their name long after they're gone. Now let me ask you something. If your wealth stopped with you, what happens to your family? What happens to your children? Do they start from zero, or do they start from where you left off? That question changes everything. Because when you think generationally, you make different choices. You don't just spend because you can. You don't just consume because it feels good. You build with the future in mind, and that creates wealth that lasts. Education is the real inheritance. Here's something most people completely miss. Money without knowledge doesn't last. You can give someone $1 million. But if they don't understand how money works, they'll lose it. There are countless stories of lottery winners who get millions overnight. And within a few years, it's all gone. Why? Because they had money but not knowledge. The Rockefellers understood this deeply. They didn't just pass down money. They passed down education. They taught their children how money works, how to make smart decisions, how to think long-term, how to protect wealth, how to grow it responsibly. That education is worth more than the money itself. Because knowledge creates the ability to build wealth again and again. Money runs out, but knowledge never does. So if you want generational wealth, don't just focus on making money. Focus on understanding money, and teach that understanding to the people who come after you. The lifestyle trap that destroys wealth. Let's talk about something that catches almost everyone. You start making more money. And what's the first thing that happens? You start spending more money. New car, bigger house, better clothes, fancier restaurants, more expensive everything, and it feels like success. But it's actually a trap, because your income went up. But your wealth didn't. You're just spending at a higher level. This is called lifestyle inflation. And it's one of the biggest wealth killers out there. The Rockefeller mindset avoids this completely, not by living miserably, not by never enjoying anything, but by staying in control. Just because you can afford something doesn't mean you should buy it. Just because you make more doesn't mean you need to spend more. Wealth is built in the gap between what you earn and what you spend. The bigger that gap, the faster you build. So when your income increases, don't let your lifestyle increase at the same rate. Let your wealth increase instead. That's how you win, making it real for you. So let's bring this all together. If you take nothing else from this, remember these core principles. Think in decades, not days. Give every dollar a purpose before you earn it. Protect what you have before trying to grow it. Be patient and consistent over time. Remove emotion and follow a system. Think about the generations that come after you. Educate yourself and your family about money. Control your lifestyle no matter how much you earn. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do everything at once. But you do need to be intentional, because here's the truth. The Rockefeller strategy isn't some secret formula locked away. It's a mindset, a way of thinking about money that prioritizes longevity over quick wins. And if you start applying even one or two of these principles, your financial future will look completely different, not just for you, but for everyone who comes after you. So here's my question for you. What's one thing you're going to change starting today? Drop it in the comments. And if this video helped you see money differently, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one, because we're just getting started.